welcome to another episode of Most Man. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia. TheMostMen.com is the website. info@themostmen.com is the email. JoinTheMen'sClub.com also goes into our website. This show is about building better men, and this is the Men's Club here on the podcast. So I'm Mark Mahoney. I've been neglecting to say my name, but that is my name. Hello. All right, so welcome to another episode. How we doing, Tim?
Doing good. Yeah, the new setup.
Yeah, the temporary setup.
The new temporary setup.
Yeah, the new temporary setup. We're gonna get some more. We're gonna get some better decor back here, and update. The balls are coming down. We're taking the balls out of the mix, out of the logo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get into that on the next episode. But I met with our new promo lady. And
she wasn't that thrilled.
No, she laughed her ass off, dude. But she was just like, she said, with just the climate today, you're just inviting people to pounce on you. So you might want to think that one through. She said, we can keep it on swag, but let's get it off the website and I do. I want, because I've been talking to a lot of people, and a couple of people, like psychologists and marriage counselors and all the, professional people that run, because I want this to be professional, but, some of them are like, dude, I love it, but I can't
admit I love it. Not out loud.
Not yet. Take those off. Put all that shit in your swag and your
Hey, what about hood ornament swag? How about for a hood ornament?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I mean, you want to have
Tim's coming out firing today.
You want Longhorns on your truck or a set of those?
Yeah. Okay. No, that one's being written down. Tim's coming out of the gate swinging today.
Oh, my God.
Shit. Here we go.
Yeah, that'd be a little much, but you know what? Swing for the fences sometimes. If you're scared, call the law, as old JP would say.
Yeah. Okay, let's get that one out of the way. All right, so this episode, man, how can I bring? I'll just go ahead and I'll just come out and just say exactly what the hell happened. Okay,
fess up.
Yeah. All right, Kieth. My nephew is a subscriber. He listens to all the episodes. Kieth, this one is for you, man. But there's a story behind the story of this one that I'm just going to knock out of the park. I'm going to knock it out of the way right now, as to where, just so you know, 2 weeks ago, we did this podcast for you, and we fucking nailed it, okay? As soon as I got off, we both were just like, fuck, that was good. That one was good. And that's why the computer is sitting here right now, is because I hit record, allegedly hit record, and it didn't record any of it. We lost one damn good podcast. But this one's for you, Kieth. We're doing it again. Hopefully.
But since it's all on the fly, I mean, it's hard to, it's not like we got a script or anything, so
no,
we got to just
get
back
that
into the
one
vibe.
I told my sister, too. I was like, don't tell him. But we did, because I told her, I said, the next one I do, because she told me, she said, he's a subscriber. Don't be talking shit on him. And I was like, I don't. And on the last podcast, when we were going through this, because we're going to get started into it, because I don't want to bust up what we're about to do. But I'm pretty good under pressure, Kieth. I think I can handle this. Glad you're a subscriber. Hope you're enjoying. Love you. And thanks for watching. But this one is for you. But I called her and I told her, I said, don't tell him, but we did do, because I told her before, I said, the next one we do is going to be on him, because his life story is a perfect redemption. You know what I mean? And she was like, don't. And she's like, well, what did you say? And I was like, no, it was good. You don't understand how good it was. And then I went to go put it in the file, and I was like, fuck. And that's why I'm gonna be paranoid as hell.
Doing it again would really be special.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was good. It was a damn good one. So we're gonna do it again, and hopefully it can be as good. I think it will be. I think we can figure it out. We're big boys.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, you more or less got the dance floor for a while here and set the stage and lay out what's
okay.
up.
So the reason why I want to tell this is because this is the audience that we're gonna, the audience that we don't care. I don't care who watches, who likes or dislikes or whatever. But the long-term plan is to help people that have gone through something like this kid went through in his life. Raised by a single mother, struggling single mother. I mean, poor. Father, not a part of his life. And just he had no chances, man. There was no. So I was the guy in his life that because they lived in our house. My sister lived at home. So, he was kind of like a little brother, you know what I mean? Like the little brother I didn't have. He was my nephew. So I was tough on him, man. I mean, I was tough on him because I wanted him to have a chance, and he accepted that role. Like, I mean, it just naturally grew. And, then they move out, they go to an apartment. I went to Saudi Arabia, come back, but I was rough on this kid. Like, but I was there for him too. You know what I mean? Like, he'd come spend the night at my place, went to work with me. I taught him stuff that he needed to know. Bought him his first dog. You didn't fucking take care of it. I had to come pick it up.
Did his mother know you were buying the dog? Or was that just kind of a Mark special?
I don't think we gave a shit if she knew or not. That's kind of how I rolled with my sister. It was like, you'll find out when you find out. I used to take her car. Did I tell some of these stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I used to take her car and do all of our beer runs, and I'm
abuse.
Yeah,
all the abuse went out in that
when
wagon.
I needed to go buy weed and all that kind of stuff, or do drug deals or whatever. Take her car because she's the mom cruising to Walmart. She was a Walmart cashier, right? And so like, that's the car right there. And she's like, hey, I got her two kids in the back seat, fucking ceiling. Remember all the ceiling carpet used to come down, or the headliner used to just like come down. Hers was like, you just had to keep waving it across your head. Oh God. But yeah, I used to, I got rear-ended at a headlight one day, and me and my friend we were smoking a joint. I don't do that anymore, but I'm just, back when I was younger, I was a pothead, and I was a partier, man. I partied. But me and my friend Kevin were smoking a joint, and of course she didn't even know we had her car either, and this guy assholes us at the stoplight, just like, boom! And you could tell that he was either drinking a beer or stoned himself or something. He didn't want to get out of his car. He was like, man, like raising his hands. And I just rolled down the window and I was like, don't worry about it, dude. It's all good.
Catch you next time.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We just fucking, when the light turned green, we took off, and he was waving out the window like, thank you. And I was like, yeah, I bet you're on number 3 after work, So, anyway, no, hell no, she probably didn't know. But, so he he had a really tough upbringing, and I was kind of just the tough uncle on him, man, but the loving tough uncle. And like I took him to work with me one day, and he was probably 7 or 8 years old. He's young, you know what I mean. And I'm up on this house, 12-pitch roof, putting a chimney cap on, and it's you know how the Colleyville roofs are. Even if they're one story, they're still 3 stories tall. You got to go up 50 foot of that. And I turn around, and he is, you know, I tell you, if you want to get up on the ladder and look, watch, you know, that's fine. And he thought he was going to follow me up. And thank God there was a kind of a valley. I forget what they call them. Yeah, valley. I turn around, and he's like 20 foot off the ladder, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's in no man's land.
And he's sitting there probably going, what the fuck is this? And I couldn't freak him out. I didn't want to scare him to death, you know. So I'm on my way down. I got to come down and get a screwdriver. So you know, I'm just like praying to God that he stays where he's at. Cause he either didn't know, or he started figuring out that he was fucking somewhere that he wasn't supposed to be.
Bit off more than he could chew, right?
Yeah.
There.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I got down there, and yeah. Okay. No, I was just reading something, but no. I got down there, and I was like, "Look, dude, you can't do that. I mean, you're still a cub. You know, like I'm responsible for you. You know, like this isn't us, me and you fucking around at home. Like there's rules here. Like you can't, I can't let you die. You know, like we got to get you back in one piece. So,
yeah, you walk on those roofs, man. You got to have your shoes tied tight. I mean, you don't go up there in slippers or flip flops or sandals. I mean, you got to have some shoes you can trust. I mean, you roll your ankle, or you know that your shoe will spin out from under your foot. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some serious business up on a roof.
Yeah. But no, I taught him. You know, I taught him how to work, or what I could. But we took him in after I got married. I mean, he was part of. I mean, he was kind of a part of our family. You know what I mean? Like there was all my other nieces and nephews, and then there was Kieth. You know what I mean? To me, that was my. I like my other nephew. We just weren't as close as.
Yeah, this was your buddy.
Yeah, well, and my project. You know what I mean? Like I had intentions for him. You know, and but I remember my sister Heather would just be like, "I don't like what you're doing to my son." I was like, "This is what men do to their sons." You know what I mean? Like, this is what men do to their sons. You got to toughen him up. He needs to be tough, or he needs to learn how to fight. You know, and he needs to know what a punch feels like. So he got these. He got these things called sock and boppers. They're like beach ball. They're like a beach ball style.
Yeah, it looks like a giant marshmallow with a hole in it.
Yeah, but it's got like a handle to hold on, but it's airy like a beach ball, and the outside's like a beach ball, so it's air. And I remember he's like, "Hey, Uncle Bart, man, I got these sock and boppers, man." And he said, "We can fight now." And I was like, "Okay, come on with it." And man, he came, and this kid is a tank. He's got the Mahoney. You know what I mean? He's big. He's strong. He's half black too, so that he's got some genetics in there that enhance the Mahoney. He was fucking big. I mean, for his age, I was like, shit, I wouldn't want to mess with you at your age. You know what I mean? And he had a temper too, big time. And but you had to make him mad. He was super nice until you made him mad. Okay, so we're doing the sock and bopper thing, and my sister's like, "Mark, I already know where this is going." And I'm like, just stay the fuck out of it, you know? He wants to do it. I want to do it. We're doing it. Just stay the fuck out of it. And he comes running up, you know, thinking, yeah, I can hit him now, and no consequences. Well, he came in and, man, boom! I mean, I fucking took him off his feet. He came running in and I just, boom! And he flew back on his back. Like, what the fuck was that? And he's small still, he's young. And Heather's like, oh my God.
She was right. She knew where it was going. She didn't know it was going that quick, though.
I mean, I fucking decked him, dude. And he came back and he was like, once he caught his faculties back together, he was pissed. I mean, his blood was boiling. He was coming for blood. And boy, did he. That's when I was really impressed. Once I was like, okay, I got to piss him off. This is what I've got to do to get now we're at a learning point. Okay. Remember that? So, he came at me like a fucking raging lion after a steak. I was like, oh shit. I wasn't scared, but I was just like, all right, you just got to take the beating, man. You just leveled this fucking kid. Like, you shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Like that.
You got to let the pendulum swing the other way now.
This is the first time you're showing him what a punch is, and you just fucking laid him out. But he came at me like a fucking roaring lion, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, we got a real guy here, man. Just got to figure it out. You know what I mean? And oh God, it was so funny. And she was just like, you're never gonna do that again. That's my only son. That's my baby. That's my and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. He's my nephew, and it's my job to do this to him. Shut up. It's my job. But I'll tell you how I love my sister to death. Me and my sister are super close, but she's my blood sister. I have a half sister. That's where my other nieces and nephews come from. She's my sister, but she's not my sister. My sister's my blood sister. She got Pat Mahoney blood in her, my mom blood. I mean, she's a Mahoney. And man, we fought as kids. I mean, but again, like example, Exhibit A. Okay. I'm playing football and they want me to try out for quarterback. And so they're like, we need you to, they said, go to the store and buy, not the regular size football that we played with in Pee Wee, but they made these college balls that were a little bit smaller to where a kid could really get his whole hand around them, but they were really grippy rubber to where you could learn how to throw tight spirals, and you know what I mean? Like you could really get your shit dialed in on one of those. And you could laser beam them things too, because they had so much grip that when you'd let go of it, you were getting every single thing out of it. So I was like, Heather, get out here and I need you to help practice. I need practice, throwing. She's like, I don't want to play football.
What was your age difference kind of thing in there?
She's 3 years older than me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We were all
kind of it helps to picture the story about what's going on.
Yeah. We were all 3 years apart. So it was my oldest sister, then my stepbrother, then her, then me. And we were all bing, 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 3 years apart. I was the baby.
All right.
Okay. So we're out there. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that, because every time we do something, you take everything to the extreme, and you can't just do a pass. She's like, I know where this is going. I was like, no, I just need to practice. And we're going back and forth. And I was like, so you're comfortable now? You understand what we got going here?
And you're warmed up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, I launched one to her, man. All of a sudden, you heard snap, and it snapped this finger right here in half. I mean, just you could see it just hanging. She was like,
had an extra knuckle.
Yes, she's like, screaming, and she's runs in, and she's like, fuck, I knew this was gonna happen, and I get it, and I'm like, get back out here. I said, you're not done yet. And she's like, my finger. I said, your finger isn't broke. She said, you didn't hear that? And I said, yeah, I heard it, but probably just popped it. You just pop it back in place. Come on. And my mom's like, Mark, what did you? And I was like, we're just out there playing catch. And she's like, no, this is not catch. She snapped her finger in half. And I'm like, All right, well, I'm going to go play down the road. Sore fucking weenie, Oh, yeah. So that's the kind of luck my sister's got with me. Always. So that's what I'm saying. When I started fucking with Keith, she's like, no, I already know where this is going.
She was smart enough to know it wasn't going to be good, but she wasn't smart enough to keep from it happening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that's the sock and bopper stories. And this is a story about his older sister. He's got an older sister named Brooke. And so it gives context, and I guarantee when Keith sees this, he's going to know exactly what I'm talking about how we used to. Heather was, in a loving way, always the butt end of my jokes. Like she would always say something, and I'd come up with some sarcastic saying. Like her name can't just be Heather. It's got to be Heather. And she used to be a heavy girl, but she's lost a lot of weight. But so one year we're at Christmas, and I came in, and of course, she's like, "Hey, Mark, how you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, Heather." Like Heather's here, not just Heather. So she come walking in, and she had all this stuff, and she just looked like she was toting a bunch of heavy shit. And I was like, "What's up, hefty Heather?" So, like hefty, the hefty sacks.
Yeah, the trash bag.
Yeah, so
commercial.
It turned into hefty Heather. So there's always something with her. But so Brooke, me and my buddy were sitting on the sofa one day at my house. This is when they lived with us. Brooke was probably she just was learning how to talk. Like when kids are just learning how to talk, if you tell them to say something, they pick it up and they can say it. So I can't remember how. She's probably 2 or 3, somewhere in there. I don't know exactly when that happens, but that's normally women take care of that. But so me and my buddy had just got done smoking a joint, and we're ripped off our gourds, and Brooke came up. She's like, Uncle Mark. So I can't remember what she wanted or whatever, but I was like, hey, it was a 2-story house, and I said, hey, her mom was upstairs getting ready to go to work, and I said, go upstairs, and I want you to go up there, and this is exactly what I want you to say. Mommy, fuck you. Mommy, fuck you. Fuck you, Mommy. I said, now repeat it back to me.
I don't want you to fuck this up.
Yeah, don't fuck it up. Yeah. So my friend's like, no fucking way, dude. You're not doing that.
If he was smart, he would have just laughed right then.
Yeah, and you can see she's laughing going up the stairs, knowing what she's doing probably isn't the right thing, but she's going to do it anyway.
But she's got covered because Uncle Mark told me.
Yeah. So she turns around. She's like, hi, Brooke. What you need, honey? And she goes, Mommy, fuck you. And Heather goes, Brooke, what did you say? She said, Mommy, fuck you. Fuck you, Mommy.
Oh, my God.
And we're downstairs laughing. Who told you to say it? Uncle Mark told me to tell you, fuck you, Mommy.
That's a little much.
Yeah, so that's Keith. You had a pretty fucking cool uncle. Just know that, okay? I had a lot of fun with them. I mean, like this is how our. But I tried to I tried to make a man out of him. He got the harsh treatment from me. You know what I mean? Like he got when it was time to straighten shit out, he got straightened out. But okay, so fast forward through I don't want to tell all this childhood shit because it's not fair for it to be out there for the internet feral psychopaths to pick apart. You know what I mean? But he had the reason why I'm telling this story, because it'll come out in the end, is he had a hard, just not many opportunities in life like other kids had. And the answer was probably always no to him. Can we go do this or can we go do that? Can't afford it. Can't afford it. Can't afford it. Can't afford it. Cut top stuff, right? So, not that he wasn't rebellious, but he just wasn't meant for school. Like me, I wasn't meant for school. I quit school in 9th grade. I just couldn't stand it. I can't remember if he graduated or not. That's neither here nor there. But when he turned 18, his mom just dumped him. Now, we had the talk. She was like, hey, he's 18. But he's an 18-year-old man. This kid was a man at 18 years old. You know what I mean? Like, he was shaven, and I mean, he was a man at 16. You know what I mean? He was a fully developed man at 18 years old. And I'm not going to bring up my sister's issues, but she had some stuff going on that there wasn't anything she could do to control him. You know what I mean? And there was nothing she could do to get him a vehicle or anything. So his options were just...
She was doing all she could do to just keep the wheels on of what she was doing.
Yeah. So, she talked to us, me and my dad, and this what happen to me and my dad all the time is that when something needs fixing, somebody needs money, somebody needs this, somebody needs that, a kid needs straightening out, Uncle Mark, a kid needs straightening out.
I thought you were going to say kidney transplant. Yeah. Go talk to Mark. Yeah. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Get some duct tape.
Yeah. No, my dad prefers electrical tape and paper towels. When he chopped his finger off, paper towels and electrical tape. I was like, you're not going to the doctor? Hell no, they're going to do the same thing. This is a lot cheaper. Extra sturdy. Okay, so when he turned 18, it was like, and she's like, okay, I don't know if it was school's out or it was his birthday was yesterday or it's today, but we're on our way. We're dumping him off today. He's got some groceries and some clothes, and that old trailer that my dad used to live in, that old travel trailer.
Yeah.
That's where he was going to live for the summer. He was going to spend the summer with us and work. And, man, how'd you like that summer, Keith? He came in all chubby. He left looking like a fucking gladiator. That was gladiator school that year. Okay, so his first night there.
Was that the plant in Benbrook or whatever, south of Benbrook?
Yeah. So we were in the concrete business. This is when we were small, though. This is when we were first getting started. So we didn't have all the luxuries that we had towards the middle and the end. Because we didn't have the money, and the market wasn't there. And so we had this, we're in the concrete business at a concrete plant, and we delivered concrete. So we had the mixing trucks so at the end of the day, you got to wash out that drum. But there's leftover rock, sand, cement, and water. And it doesn't matter that it's wet. It still settles to the bottom. And it's hard as a fucking rock. So his job...
Wet just makes it heavier.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that was his job, was cleaning out the pit. That was his job, to clean out the pit. But we ended up building... But when he first got there, we didn't have the ramp where we could drive the loader in there yet. It's just scoop it out with the loader and then go dump it, right? You had to get in there and manually shovel that shit out into the loader bucket. And but his first night there, we had one of those storms, our springtime, summertime storms roll through. And every awning, anything that could flap in the wind on that trailer was either gone or it was standing straight up from the straight line winds. That thing wasn't strapped down either. Okay, it was just sitting there. Well, he had probably 50 Tupperware bowls placed all over the trailer, and there was only one dry spot, and it was in the half the couch. Like, you had to get in the fetal position to not get dripped on. And I knock on his door at 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, you ready to roll? I got there extra early too. Just wanted to make sure that we could have rolled at 7, but I was there at 6:30. And I was like, okay, how was your night? he opened the door just like, fuck. The look in his eyes was like, I didn't get any fucking sleep last night. And I was like, hey, happens to all of us. Let's go. I said, what are all these fucking bowls for? He said, there's not one dry spot in this trailer at all. He said, it leaks everywhere. He said, this thing was rocking back. He said, I thought I was going to tump over. And I was like, well, thank God you didn't. Let's go to work.
Might have been drier. The side of it might have been drier than the roof. I'd have got some sleep.
Yeah. So I was like, well, welcome to it, man. We all got problems, so let's go to work. And I remember after the first day, he shoveled out that pit. I remember coming, because it sucked, because we used to have to do it. And I remember whenever she's like, well, he could work for you for a summer. And I'm like, I was like, because everybody kept telling me, they were like, because we would rotate. And they're like, dude, can't you hire some fucking kid to do this shit, for the summer? Do we have to keep doing this? And I walked in and I said, I've got the solution. And my dad's like, because before my dad would be like, nah, hell no, we ain't fucking taking it. It's not our responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, it's not our responsibility to take care of everybody. But as soon as I said, well, he could shovel out the pit this summer, everybody's like, no veto votes here. We're all in. What day's he getting here? Does he need anything?
I'll get him a pair of gloves.
Does he?
We don't want him to get blisters or nothing.
Is he a Gatorade or a Powerade guy? What's his favorite snacks? Like, we'll make sure there's plenty of snacks in the refrigerator for him, and he's well hydrated. And does he need sunscreen, or what's the deal? Everybody was like, fuck yeah. So I couldn't wait to see. Keith, I didn't do that to torture you. You learned a valuable lesson that summer. You did. But it was like a fucking sport to me, dude. It was sheer entertainment. But then most men out there, this is why I'm telling this story, okay? Telling you, he adapted, he overcame, and he beat it. He figured out a way to make it easier on himself. And we were all like, shit, why didn't we think of that? Because fuck, he's in this pit every day, It's chest high. But, that's why it needed to be done every day. That way you only got like a foot to go through. But it's still
a foot of hell.
12 by 12 by a foot hell with a shovel. And you got it, not only just are you heaving it, you got to heave it up 5 feet to get it in the loader bucket over the wall. Yeah. So, and that cement was like, I don't even know what you would call it. Like a sludge that's so slippery. Just imagine what Jell-O is like. 50,000 times slipperier than Jell-O. That's what it was like. That's the texture of it. Yeah. So anyway, he overcame it. He beat it. And again, there was a pile. I remember when it was his last day there. He was like. But here's the thing. It ended up being him and my dad became close. It was good. It was good for him. He may not have understood it then. But look, I think he did say something to me down the road that he appreciated that year. It was a hell summer. I know it was, because I got up in his ass over several things, and he didn't talk back to me, but I felt bad afterwards. I was like, man, maybe he's not ready for the ass chewings that everybody else gets around here. But he's here. He's 18. He's on the payroll, so you got him. Just like everybody else. There was no holding back. So, but after that, okay, everybody thought in our family, and the reason why I'm telling this story is because his this is a very, very good rise and fall story, and then not rise and fall, but fall to rise. Beating your shitty situation. Most men out there that are just fucking not thinking there's a way. That's why I'm telling this story. He beat it. When everybody else in our family, because our family is very... And I don't want to ring my bell when I say this because it's not bragging, but I am the most successful person in my family. And that's why they all come to me. But at the same time, they're very judgmental. Like, he's a loser. Or I can't believe she's doing that. She's wasting her time. Oh, she could do so much better. It's like, thank God she's got a fucking job now. She's 28. You know what I mean? Like, just be happy for that. It's about time. But then in the beginning, they'll talk shit behind your back. And then bitch about it. And then whenever I come in and be like, just go get a fucking job. Don't come to me complaining. You just need to go get a fucking job. Whatever. Flipping burgers, whatever. Just get a job. Oh, Mark, don't be so harsh on her. Or hurt him. You're just being so hard. You've been bitching about it for 3 fucking years. It's not doing any better. You know what I mean? And talking shit behind all their back. Then when they're, oh, poor you. It must be so hard out there. I only do nothing but talk shit about you behind your back, but, oh, poor you. Yeah, that's helping. So, he had some issues. He went and worked in the oil field, got into, girl problem. He had a couple of kids, didn't marry the girlfriend. Got hit with the child support. Got hit with the shit that what we and Keith. I'm not saying this to pound. This is not a pounce on you. This is just an example of why we do this shit. What this company is going to be about is helping people maybe not go through what you went through. Because it was hard, but everybody counted him out. Everybody,
or go through it different, or go through it better. Even though you still got to go through it if you're dealt that hand.
But he was dealt the hand. Shitty as it can get. Okay? Had a good job. Something happened. He had to go move in with my mom and my stepdad. And Keith, for a fact, that is a fucking death sentence. That was worse than working for me for a summer. I know it was. Okay? And they do nothing but every day you come home. You just got home from work. Trust me, I've lived there when I was a kid, or lived under their help, what they consider help. Keith, how'd you like their help? I told you. It comes with fucking cables. Yeah, you can't even have a bite of my ice cream or a piece of that chocolate in there. It's mine. It's like, well, fuck it. What am I allowed to eat here? I don't know. But we're helping you, so be thankful. Oh, okay. I'll eat with the fucking dogs outside. That's better. Yeah. I'll drink dog water. So, everybody counted him out. Got a girl, and he moved. He said, fuck this. And I remember the last time and Keith, I apologize about, no, I don't apologize. I don't, about our last conversation, because I think that one really sank in, the last one. I was so mad at him because, I was like, dude, you need to take advantage of this situation and save your fucking money and get the fuck out of here. This is not a healthy situation. You know it's not. Get the fuck out of here. This is not help. This is controlled help. And I was like, you're not seizing the opportunity. You're not saving all your money. You know what I mean? Like, to get the fuck out of here. You need to, you're never going to get ahead living here. Get the fuck out of here. Well, I felt like he didn't listen to me, and I blew up on him one day. Because they were complaining about him not cleaning his room and all this, that, and the other, and, not helping out around the house. And, it's like, well, and I kind of understood. Back then I didn't understand it, but I understand it now after going through this little deal I went through with my stepdad. He's like, I'm not doing chores around here and unless I'm getting paid. I have a job, a full-time job. You know what I mean? Like, I work long fucking hours. And when it's time to rest, it's time to rest. But when he told me that, or told them that, I was like, you ungrateful bastard. It pissed me off. But I'm the only one in my family that will stand up for what is right. For anybody. I don't care who it is. I'll say, man, that is fucked up. You need to think about that. So, because he's Mahoney. He's stubborn. But we're stubborn. And I was sitting there talking to him. I was like, are you listening? Are you listening? And he's like, and I can't remember what he said to me, but I said, dude, let's take it out in the front yard. It's time. I'm going to whoop your fucking ass. You ungrateful motherfucker. And something changed in his face. And he told my mom. But I'm not saying it was me, Keith. I'm not saying it was me. But something changed after that. I'm not saying it was me. But something inside of him, he got out of there pretty quick. And when he did, he fucking moved to Florida. He was like, fuck this. Because everybody talked shit about him behind his back, counted him out, didn't give him a chance. You know what I mean? Like almost kind of what they did to me. How does that shit smell? You want to...
And if you don't move far enough away, you always can get drugged back. It's like gravity, you got to get away from the planet, and then you can float in outer space. But if you don't get high enough, you just come crashing back.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't go.
He didn't want any shit in his Wheaties.
Right. If you're going to do it, do it. Let go of the rope.
Let go of the rope. Keith, he fucking moved to Florida. He's got a badass job. I don't know how much money he's making, but he lives comfortably. He's got him a boat. He fishes. He's happy. He turned it around. That is the moral of this story and why I wanted to do this for him, because it was so great to see. Because now he's, and Keith, I'm not that big part of the family anymore. And if you want to call me and I'll tell you, unless you already know. But they don't talk about him anymore. They do. They bring him up. But they don't bring him up like they should be. A normal family that loves, right? They should be all going, he did it. He turned it around. You know what I mean? He took a shitty situation and he made a good situation out of it. He man fucking up and did it on his own. Nobody but him did it. Nobody. And that's the point of this show today and why I wanted to do this for you, is I am fucking proud of you, man. And I'm happy for you. Because nobody gave you a chance. I did. But I'm just saying, everybody just kind of dumped him and passed him around. Like, that's what I'm saying. 18th birthday or day after. Okay, he's 18. Here we come. Plop. And he's just like, I guess this is home. I mean, the kid had, again, I don't want to tell his personal story because it's not everybody's business, But most men out there, young men out there that think you can't just fucking grit it down and do it, man. Nobody's going to do it but you. Nobody's going to give you a chance. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you make it or not. Even I shouldn't say all families, but a lot of families. They don't care if you're sleeping in a ditch, if they're sleeping in a house. I heard he's homeless. What do you want for dinner tonight? So that's the moral of this show and why I wanted to do this for you, Keith. Is because I am fucking proud of you, man. And I just told my sister, I was like, man, our target audience, not all of our target audience, but the collective message that we want to deliver is to help people that have been through something like, or about to, or in it, don't know how to get out of it. Keith, you did it, and you did it all by yourself. And I'm proud of you, man. So.
And how old is he now? More or less. Give or take.
He's probably 24, 25, 26. Somewhere in there, 27.
All right.
I don't know exactly because just all the shit that I've been through the last 3 years, I've kind of lost track of time. But
so mid-20s anyway.
Yeah, he's mid-20s. But yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to tell that, is because I'm telling you, anybody out there that, or anybody listening, future listening, anybody can get out of it. You just got to have hope. I went through it for this last 3 years, and when you think it's over, that guy upstairs has a plan for all of us, but you got to put in the work. And he put in the work. And that's why I wanted to tell a story. So let me read one of this. Oh, yeah, we'll end it on this. Is, you know, with people. Now I want your. I've been doing all the talking on this, so I want you to kind of chime in on this. But we'll end it on this. Is you can't give up on people, but you can't do it for them. But you can't lose patience for them. You know what I mean? Because everybody recovers differently, or everybody works through problems differently. You know,
it's like a baseball manager. He's got 25 guys on his team, and some guys need a pat on the back, some guys need a kick in the ass, and it's his job to know which one and when and all of that. I mean, that's really what a baseball manager does a lot of, is managing 25 different personalities that all have to work together. So they're kind of like a family. And, you know, some guy may not hustle on a ground ball or something. He needs a foot in his ass. But he could also have a torn hamstring and like, well, okay. I mean, you just got to know. You got to know what's going on.
All right, Tim. I don't know if you understand how much you just fucking hit that one out of the park. We're going to end it on that because that just fucking nailed it.
Hit it out of the park talking baseball.
No. If you were listening to what I was just listening to, there's no other explanation to top that. That was perfect.
All right.
So, Tim's on fire today. Thank God. Next one's
Timmy time coming up.
Yeah. We're gonna. Yeah. So, we're gonna talk about that on the next one. But yes, Timmy, this is a temporary studio. Again, I just sold my house. So this is in my house again for I don't know, a month. So, and then we got the new studio coming. It's being built right now. They're building all the walls and everything right now. So, but yeah, we can't end it on a better note than that. So, yes, we are. Tim is going to start his own show called Timmy Time, because you just got to let this man get unleashed, and it is fucking comedy at its finest. I mean, it is. I mean, we bounce off of each other, but some of the stuff that he's gonna rip into is stuff that, not that I don't want it on here. It's just I don't want this to get into politics or anything like that. But and so here I've made my decision. I am just going to fucking pounce on both parties. You're both fucking idiots. Are fucking worthless motherfuckers up there not doing a goddamn thing but fucking us. You know, get your fucking shit together, all of you. Or get the fuck out of there and get some young blood in there.
Amen.
You know? Shit. So, all right. I'm Mark Mahoney. It's Tim Marin. Timmy Time coming soon. This is Most Men. we're going to get into on the next episode about all of our new gear, swag, and all the cool shit that I've been talking about, but I had to sell my house before we could do it. So, all right. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. We need some subscribers, baby. Oh, before I end on that. Okay. The next couple of episodes, we're gonna talk about it on this next episode. But we are set up to go live now, so we're gonna start announcing dates to where we're gonna do these shows live, like live. Y'all can all comment. You can call in. You can Zoom in. I'm gonna start giving you all the links and all that stuff to all that. But we are set up to go live now. This is gonna get fucking rocking when that happens. Or it's gonna get fun. So, all right. So please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia, themostmen.com, info at themostmen.com, jointhemensclub.com. Get your man card. Get your balls back.